Amount of time I got for bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on the beach, no time. Amount of time I got for bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on the beach, no time. Get money, get dollars, bruh. Scrooge McDuck, bang, don't misuse your luck. Fuck the income, I do it for the outcome. I'm in it for the long run. Think about it, then hit the weed and think about it. Like Gutter say, nigga, we gon' see about it. My nigga.
What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Hey yo, it's NateDoggSac916 coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell if you want to keep catching this content, man. And if you got something you want me to talk about or a question for me, go ahead and hit me in the comments below, and I'll be for sure to get back at you. Other than that, you can go over to Nate.Dog916 on Instagram and hit me in the DM. Follow my page, all the above, man. Check me out. So now today, let's talk about how to program. What is a regular standard day of programming in prison? You know, when people say, oh, I was a programmer, or there's different levels to the word programming. You know, you got people that program like stay out of trouble, and you got people that program like on some active programming part, kind of get down, right? Now, on the active programming part of it, right? When the bar locks open in the morning, so in prison, every night at approximately 9:30 and every morning at approximately 4:30, some of the institutions differ, they unlock what's called a bar lock. A bar lock, and I don't know about level 3s and 2s and 1s and all that, but on level 4 they do this. A bar lock is something at the end of each tier, and they lock it, and it's a fail-safe, so the doors can't come unlocked no matter what. Even the tower cop can't open the door until the bar lock is released, and it locks all the doors at once. It's like a double lock, right? Once that bar lock locks, and every cell can hear it when it locks, because it's like a manual thing. It's clink, clink, clink. You hear it in the top of your door, right? Every night when it locks, that's shut down. Every morning when it unlocks, let's get to programming, right? So what's the program? What do you do that early in the morning in your cell? Well, me, for most of my time, as soon as I heard that bar lock, pop, up, get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, do 100 push-ups, do 100 back arms. You know what I mean? You know, get up and just a regular warm-up for your day. You know, if you don't have to go to work and you're still going to be in your cage, if you got to go to work, obviously you got to get up and get ready and go out from work, depending on where your work assignment is. When I was in New Folsom, I worked at the main kitchen, so I had to go to work like right after the bar locks opened. So like it'd be like 4:30, he'd unlock the bar lock, and then he'd crack the door a little bit already. So I already knew it was get up time. But a lot of people hear the bar lock. People like me hear the bar locks, and that's my alarm clock. So you get up, you know, you pull everything up off the bunk, off the bottom of your bunk, out the bottom of your bunk. You try to do this stuff as quietly as possible, depending if you have a cellie or not. Because if it's my turn, he ain't got to get up. He ain't got to get up extra early, you know, for what? And in your cell, you got a bright light and you got a dim light. So the switch goes in the middle, that's off. Up is bright, down is a dim light, right? So, you know, you put it on the dim light so you get a little bit of light in your cell. And if it's my turn to clean up, you know, I'm being as careful as possible. Got my headphones in, whatever. Pull all my stuff off, roll my mattress up, obviously, right? Make my bed, roll the mat up. Well, what I used to do is I pull my blanket off, fold it up. Take my sheet off, my top sheet, because I'd have 2 sheets. Take my top sheet off, fold it up. Bam, roll my mat up. Boom, tie it. Boom, sit it in the corner, and then I'd sit the blanket, or I'd turn it sideways on my mattress, right? So I'd be facing my TV. Push my mattress to the back of the wall. Then I put the blanket on the metal and the sheet on the metal for me to sit on. So I'd have to sit on the metal all day, right? Boom. Pick up everything from off the floor, my shoes, my box of canteen from under the bed, my bags, whatever is under the bed. You pull it all up, put it on the thing. Clean the floor. Clean the floor. Clean the bathroom. Clean the area. You know what I mean? If it's my turn, you take turns with your celly. My turn. And clean everything out. If you got a good celly, you take turns with your celly. So I clean everything up. Put everything back where it goes. Now, if it's not a day of work, now I've done this little push-ups. I've done these little back arms. I've been cleaning the cell, sweating, whatever. Bird bath real quick, right? How do you bird bath in the cell? There's a couple different ways of bird bathing. And I've seen people do it different ways. I've seen the people that do fill the sink up with the hot water, pour it on them and all that. In the shoe, I did that a lot because we had all day to bird bath. But in the cell, you get the rag, soap up in the sink, then rinse off, sit down on the toilet, pour the water over yourself because you can get a good rinse when you're pouring the water over yourself and the water's going down into the toilet, most of it. Put a towel down on the side at the curtain so your celly ain't, clean off, clean up again, clean the water up and everything, wipe down all the silver, the commode and the sink area. You clean it all up. You go and you sit down on your bunk, right? So now at this time, my celly's been awake. Like even if he was staying in bed, he'd been awake. So now it's, now I've done everything I need to do. So now if he hopped down, because we still got to get ready for yard, right? So I'm sitting down. I already got my shorts on for yard, my shoes. I've been putting my shoes on, I'm sorry. As soon as I got dressed, I put my shoes on. Boom, boom. My shorts or sweats or whatever I'm wearing for yard, I put that on, right? Shirt. But my hoodie, my gloves, my workout gloves, my handballs, everything will be sitting on the side of the bunk next to me. Like if my door's over here, it's right here. You know what I mean? To be honest, it's not on this side because you don't reach back. Well, I didn't reach back to grab something, right? So I'd have my stuff right here. Pick my stuff up, go out to yard. Everything I need for yard. My handballs, my gloves for working out, my hoodie, not hoodie, but my sweater if I need a sweater or jacket, whatever it case may be, all my stuff is right here ready. Sit down, boom, turn my tube on or whatever, my TV on, whatever I'm doing. Celly, the floor is yours. You know what I mean? And even if I don't say nothing, he'll look down, you good? A good celly. This is a good celly relationship. And I've had a lot of good celly relationships, right? He'll look down, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. That automatically means I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay on my bunk. You got the floor. Because you got to remember, this is a small area. Motherfucker ain't trying to bump into somebody and all. Come on, we ain't trying to do all that, So you got the floor. Floor is yours. I sit down. Boom. You'll see they'll come. They'll bring breakfast. Boom. Celly, if he already down, they're gonna finish his hygiene and everything. If he's finished, he'll grab both the trays. Boom. Here you go, dog. Boom. Thank you. Eat my shit. If he's not done with his hygiene, he'll get out of the way and be like, "Hey, bro, grab the trays." Boom, I got you. Because you're not gonna touch another man's a food tray if you're not clean. You ain't, you just jumped out the bed scratching your privates and all that in the middle of the night and you grab my food tray. I'm not gonna appreciate that. I'm not eating that. And the first time would be the warning, like, hey, bro, hey, don't touch my shit. Don't touch my food before you clean yourself, man. Before you wash up, man. It's a very unsanitary place we live in already, so we got to keep it as sanitary as possible. So, out of courtesy, a brother will be like, hey, grab the trays, bro. I ain't cleaned up yet. I'll grab his and mine. I'll sit his on his bunk because he's already rolled his mat up as soon as he got up. Before he got down off his bunk, he had already rolled his mat up. So I'll sit his up in the middle of his bunk. Boom. Sit on my bunk. Eat my food, right? And remember, I'm sitting all the way up against the wall. There's no reason for him to be over here, right here. He got all that area over there. So I'm eating. He jump up from over there. All that's from over there. So we finish our chow, put the trays back in the door, boom. You know that after chow, depending on how efficient or what building you in or whatever, how close you are to the chow hall, how fast your chow hall is, whatever. Or because each chow hall feeds two sides. Each satellite kitchen feeds two sides, not necessarily chow hall. Call it, in level 180s, they call it a satellite kitchen because they don't really use the chow halls no more, at least when I was there. They had stopped using them. So, if you got a fast kitchen, your stuff will come fast. You know what I mean? So it'll be early. If not, it'll be a little later. So it'll be a little closer to first unlock. First unlock is usually around 8-ish, I believe. 8, 10, and 12. Yeah, something like that. I believe those were the 3 unlocks when I was in prison. You got the first yard, second yard, and third yard. 8 o'clock yard, 10 o'clock yard, and 12 o'clock yard. Depending on where you were in the rotation, depending on what yard you would get. So like, it was one point where I was in prison where all the upper tiers got yard. So I was in 270 in High Desert, B yard. This is in 99, 2000. And we got yard every day. It would just go upper or lower. So like, if today all the lower tiers would get yard first. And then next, it was only 2 yards there. It wasn't no 3 yards. It was only 2 yards there, and it was only 5 buildings. So it was every upper tier. So 5 upper tiers would go first yard. And then they'd be out there. The large yards were longer as well. And then second yard would be all the upper tiers. Or either tier. They would switch back and forth. On the 180 design, there's 8 buildings. So I've been to where, over the time, I've been to where they let all the buildings lower tiers out. So 8 tiers. 8 tiers, 32 cells on a tier. 8 tiers out at one time. So the 180 got 50 cells on a tier. I mean, the 270 got 50 cells on a tier. The 180 only has 32 cells on a tier. So they let 32 cells out. So you got to remember 32 times 2, 64. So that's 64 approximately. You got to figure in education and work assignments and stuff like that. But there's 64 inmates per tier. So 128 inmates per building, right? Beds. So how many inmates can fit? So you got approximately 64 inmates times 8. I'm not going to do that math, but 64 times 8 have the potential to be out on the yard. Then in New Folsom, they did this thing where they would, they slowed it down. There was so many incidents happening back to back, big incidents, that they started doing it to where they would do, like I was in 8 block in New Folsom, C yard 8 block. So they would do, so 5, 6, 7, and 8 were on the back side. 1, 2, 3, and 4 were on the front side. Front side didn't go to the yard with back side because front side had Sureños, back side had Norteños. They didn't mix the yards with each other, right? So when it was time to have yard, they would have 5 block and 8 block go out to yard together. Or 5 and 7 and 6 and 8. You know what I mean? They just mix it up like that. They'd get yard, then shut everything down, but see, they would shut everything down to make sure all the Norteños were back in their cells. Then they would come with 1 and 4 or 1 and 3, whatever, somebody on the other side of the yard. And that's how we'd have yard. So we get ready for yard, we go out to yard. We programming, right? So we go out to yard, we go up to the Sac Hill. Catch this from Sac Hill. See who out yard. Stay up there for the first, until because they got a big, in New Folsom, they got a big black gate that they close when yard release is over, right? So you sit back, you up on the hill or wherever your people are. Mine, we had a little Sac Hill. So I'm on the Sac Hill waiting, chilling. Anybody who been there, you know where it's at. It's right above the CSPC facility sign on the brick wall. Standing there, waiting. See who come out, get a head count. See who's out here. Where you finna be? All right, I'm finna be down there. I'm finna work out, and I'm finna go down there to the handball court. Handball court down by the crib area. Everybody know, Nate. I'm gonna work out, and then I'm gonna go down to the handball courts, unless it's something in the air, or unless it's store, or unless I gotta pick up a package. Unless it's something like that, I'll be at the either at the bars or at the handball court. So that's what I would do. That would be my morning. I'd go, I'd work out, do like, and you know, I wasn't trying to be no buff dude in prison. I just wanted to stay in shape. So I would do, I had a routine that I got from my boy Joe. Salute Joe from Palo Alto. I got this routine from him. I told you guys about this before. It's 8 sets of whatever you could do. 8 max sets of pull-ups, dips, and push-ups. 8 sets. It didn't matter. It's just 8 sets burnout. So like 8 sets, like the first one you do as many as you can on a pull-up. Go from the pull-up to the dip. Do as many as you can. Go from the dip to the push-up. Do as many as you can. That's one. You do 8 sets like that. By the time it's over, walk a couple laps or jog a couple laps to loosen up. Go down to the handball court, then really loosen up. You know, that handball court gonna really loosen the muscles up. You know what I mean? Gonna have you running and yeah, all that. We didn't do a lot of leg workouts. I'm not gonna lie. We don't. You know, they say you got the penitentiary body. You got legs like a chicken, and your upper half be like a bodybuilder. I was good because I'm pretty well proportioned because I'm a tall dude, kind of slim dude. Well, I was kind of slim. I've got a little more meat on me since I've been home, but yeah, I was like. I averaged at about 190, 195 when I was in prison. I broke 2 a couple times, but not for too long. Now I'm 220, so yeah, good living. So, you know, you get your workout in, you get your sport in. Hopefully there's no bull crap in the air because nobody wants bull crap in the air. Very rarely do you catch people that want there to be something popping off. But if it did, it just did. So then you go in from your yard, you know, hang your shower. Oh, my bad. You hang your shower bag on your way out your yard. And me, I used to be in cell 110, right? So I was the first cell at one point in 8 block. I was in 110, so I was the first cell on the bottom of my tier, right? And that's how they start your showers from left to right. So I'd be like, I wave at the tower and be like, can I just jump in? And he like, go ahead. Because I'm the first cell, you gonna start here anyway. My celly was a porter, so he was already going to be out cleaning the tier anyway, so it's just one person. I snatch my stuff, go jump in the shower, boom, come back in, make some food, get some food prepped up. Celly, come to the door. Hey, you hungry, dog? My homeboy Black from Stockton, salute. Because that's him and my homeboy Melly Mel. We had the longest celly situations where it was really like a super solid situation. I've had other cellies. I was in the celly with the homie SS. That was like the best situation I could have been in because I was like being in the cell with my real brother. But other than that, you know, it went back and forth. His cellies was just a celly as long as the respect was mutual. See if he wants some food. If he wants some food, hook his bowl up, set it up on, put his lid on his bowl, put it up on his bunk, and make my food. Put some hot water on for him. Boom. That way, you know, if he want me to add the water, he'll come back to the door. Hey, put the water in there for me, dog. Or he'll just wait till he come in. But the food's already prepared, so all he really got to do is pour the water in there and wait for it. So by the time he can come in the cell, get his shower stuff, pour his water, go back in, take a shower. By the time he come back, the food ready to eat, right? Because the way we did our little bowls, spread bowls and stuff, you didn't pour water out. There was so much stuff in there that soaked up the water, like the refried beans and the meat log and the cheese and the seasonings and the soup and the rice. It soaked the water up, and that was all the seasoning. You didn't want to pour that out, and it usually soaked it all up anyway pretty good. When you add that squeezed cheese in there, that just all turned into sauce. So, you know, that's the end of the day. You sit back. Hopefully you got a book or something you could study on, watch a show, and wait for dinner. You know what I mean? And we really didn't eat dinner, or you really just take like the meat. Like people like me, we take the meat off. I take the halal meat because I get the halal beef patty, the halal chicken patty, and the halal hot dogs. Take that meat, chop him up, throw him in the food I was eating. That's dinner. You know what I mean? That's it. And you get ready for shutdown, man, and you just sit, you wait, you know, about 9:30, 9 o'clock, they'll come through and they'll hit that bar lock. Pop! As soon as you hear that bar lock, boom. Shoes off, up, ready for bed, man. Let's go. Let's go. Get ready. But you already in your ready for bed clothing when you, after you get out your shower, except for you got shoes on. So I'm just chilling. And then as soon as they lock that bar, man, shoes off, boom, unroll. Like I'm saying, man, that is the average day in any level prison. Well, I mean, any level 4 prison. That's an average day. That's what happens more times than anything else. That's basically all a person do, programming. You know what I mean? It's more about teaching yourself discipline. That type of discipline carries over to life. You know, you're disciplined to do things a certain way every day. You know, But that's, you know, prison, for those who are misconceived and who have misconceptions about how prison is, that's what an average day in prison is like. And if anybody has any doubts about that, go in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know if you want to know more stuff like this from my point of view and from how we did it. And, you know, it's your time.